Tom here, Flip Anything. So hadn't posted anything here lately. I actually have pretty kind of a cool one going up on the last house I bought, the greenhouse. A lot of stuff going on. I scored a beautiful boat dock, which I thought, I'm happy with the deal that I got on. But it's kind of neat. It's just something I've been wanting to get, kind of a different asset, but a fun one, So last time I was kind of more talking to everybody. I had just sold, I forget what I referred to, but the last house I sold for $435,000, which gave me about $380,000 or $370,000 to roll into another property. I had found a storage facility. I got it tied up. I could have bought it, and then it just. In hindsight, I probably should have closed on the deal, but I didn't. I let that one go, but I stole this other house pretty much. I got a fantastic deal on this other house, 2,000 square feet, for about $200,000. I could call it the roach house because it's full of roaches. So that one I'm gonna, there's probably $100,000 there to be made. So, but that took care of. Because I told you that money I had went into a 1031 exchange, and if you don't know what that means basically your money, you take the proceeds from a sale, and it goes into a third-party account. They hold it for you till you find another place to spend it, and you have to identify the property that you're going to purchase within 45 days or 30 days, can't remember at the moment, and then you close it within 6 months. So I currently only have one property left that I'd identified that I have a chance to buy, and we were squabbling over the difference of a few $100,000. I wanted to pay 1.7. They were holding tight on I think 2.1 or 2 million, and so unless they soften up in the next couple of months, I'm not going to buy it. And the bottom line is I still have $175,000 left in that account, the accommodator account we call it, or the 1031 account. And as a result, I'll pay the short-term capital gains, the long-term capital gains on that $175,000 if I don't get it spent out on the property that I that I designated as a purchase. So it's not that big a deal, but I mean, it's going to be 20%. It's going to probably at 20%, so it's going to cost me about $37,500 in taxes. I would have rather reinvested and not paid any, but not at the expense of making a bad investment, because I can make up for that $37,000 that I'm going to pay in taxes. I can make up for that by just buying a good deal with that $175, and that's what's going to happen. Like this house I just bought for $200, I'll probably make $100. So if I do the same with this $175, then it kind of eliminates that issue, and there's still profit. So that's the thing. A lot of people get caught in a trap. I might as well talk about this. You get a 1031. So when you start rotating your properties, start selling, take the proceeds, buy something bigger. That's what I've always done. There's a risk there because you feel like you're under the gun. The first pressure is that you have to identify the property that you're going to buy within 30 to 45 days. You have to put it in writing. This is what I'm going to buy. And you can have a choice of 3. That's the easiest way. You can actually have a choice of more than 3, but it's complicated. It's like returning an airline ticket. It's a bunch of BS. So it's just too messy. So you do the most easiest thing is you designate 3 properties that you may buy, and then you get that done, and then you have to close those deals, or one of those 3, or 2 of those 3, or whatever, and use up the money that you have in order to save it from the tax man or defer it. Anyways, so that's what I did. But what can happen is you feel the pressure. You go, I don't want to pay that tax. I want to just get it into something. And some people are different. They'll say, well, I can pay full price for it, and it doesn't matter because I'm saving 20%. Well, you're not really. You're deferring that 20% tax. You're not really saving it. And if I can't put it into something that's going to make me more money, I'd rather just pay the taxes on that money and take the remainder, the 80% left in a long-term situation, long-term tax penalty, and I'll make up for it when I, so like say whatever, say this 175, I'm going to pay 37.5, just say 35,000 taxes on it. So now I have 140 once I pay the tax man. So I'll take that 140 and I'll invest that in, and I'll make up for it. Is my point. Maybe I'll make 50 or maybe I'll make 100 with it. I don't know, but that's a good problem to have when you have to worry about stuff like that. And I hope you all have to worry about stuff like that because it's really not that big a deal. It's not. I mean, it's a good problem to have, right? So, the interest rate's starting to creep up. So I'm getting more interested in I have one house, I've just power washed it, and we're about to paint it. And I've been dying to put a for sale sign on this thing, but I'm holding off until I have it painted. It's carpeted, it's cleaned, everything's good inside. This is, I don't even know how to refer to it. It's a house I've had for probably 12, 15 years. Paid $175. I expect it's going to sell between $450 and $500. So it's going to be a nice profit on that one too. So whatever. Anyways, it's been a little while, a little bit tired. Got some issues, some family crises, kind of not terrible, but not good either. I mean, not good, not unexpected. I've got a stepfather that's elderly, and he's not doing so well. He's in the hospital, and I'd already lost my dad 5 years ago. He died of Alzheimer's, and but now I got a stepdad that's also not doing so well, and in the hospital. And then I have a mother, my mother, that is putting into a retirement home down the street from me. It's kind of cool. It's just right down the street from me, and it actually is like a 5-star rated place, and it's really, really cool. And I tell you, my mom has lived very frugally her whole life, but she's really saved. Me and her are very much alike in as much, we like to spend our money on stuff that makes more money. And but I was actually very pleased to find out, because I'm kind of helping my mother take care of her finances now. She's kind of getting older. She doesn't really need to think about it. But I was surprised to find out that she had actually saved for relative to her pay scale in life, and she actually really, really did a nice job planning her future and saving. I mean, I don't need any retirement money from my mother, but it's important to her that she wants to give each of the kids in the family something. She wants to leave everybody something equally, and but she succeeded. She's going to be able to leave a little bit of money for everybody. Not a ton, not a lot, but I'll tell you, I'm still very proud of her that she's going to be able to retire in comfort and not be a burden to her family at all. I mean, I was concerned because I thought if she runs out of money that I'm taking care of her, which is not a problem. But now I know that I won't have to. She actually did very well for herself. Anyways, I'm at my coffee shop, so I'm going to get a little something and wake up. And that's all. I just want to do a quick check-in. But man, let me know what you're doing. If you're making deals, you should be. This is a really, really awesome time we're living. The economy's never been better. We have more jobs than we have people who can do them right now. I mean, it's a really nice problem for our country too right now. So flip anything, I'll be in touch. Take care.